Commissioner Roger Goodell.
With the third pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Trey Lance, quarterback, North Dakota State.
And it is the Bison, Trey Lance. Just 17 career starts. Only one game due to COVID this year. A young man from a small town in Minnesota. Couldn't get recruited by many Power 5 schools as a quarterback, and he decided to bet on himself and believe in himself. He is a quarterback, he thought. North Dakota State agreed. He had 17 stellar starts for them, and now he strolls to an NFL draft floor, tears in his eyes, as the quarterback of the future of the San Francisco 49ers. What a moment. It's Trey Lance, everybody, which means Justin Fields and Mac Jones are still on the board. We'll discuss that in a moment. But for the moment, let's take this in.
This is big. I'm excited for Trey Lance. This is somebody, again, you mentioned it, Rich. He bet on himself. Think about a life change. When I talked to him, I asked him what he was doing, wondering if there was going to be a season. He was trying to work out and throw. He was spending some time babysitting a family's kid so that he could make some money to live while he was staying in Fargo. And now, fast forward, he only plays one game this year. He's the third pick in the draft going into an unbelievable situation with the 49ers. Great for him.
And you've got a defensive tackle that went to Christian Barmore. That was a first on that front tonight. So this is the way we're rolling. The 49ers have just selected, and then the Cardinals. So we're kind of caught up to speed right here. I'm noticing the commissioner's getting ready to come out shortly with the 49ers selection, and it was all, as you see from that draft room, the first mystery of the draft, the longest question we've had about this draft, got solved with Trey Lance being chosen. It was Trey Lance all along, says Kyle Shanahan. And what do they do here after trading down to 48th overall earlier tonight?
Well, this is a team that always believes in the trenches on both sides, the offensive line and the defensive line. And with Trey Lance, guys, their run game was already dynamic. When you have to account for Trey Lance, even when he's not carrying the football, this run game is going to be the best in football.
So what do you think they'll do?
Again, I look at we said offensive line, we're going to see a run, Rich. There's still more. There's still more of them out there.
How about that? Okay, so here comes the commissioner. He's come out of his green room. And now coming to the stage. After this, the Cardinals on the clock. The Giants will make their first pick of the night. They traded down as well. We've seen 5 trades so far tonight. 5 minutes and change for the Arizona Cardinals. I do believe this is a little Hall & Oates backbeat going on right now as he's coming to the stage.
Indeed it is. I can go for this.
All right. So who do the Niners add to Trey Lance?
With the 48th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Aaron Banks, guard, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame offensive lineman, we see it each and every year. It's 6'5", 325 pounds. This is a big, massive guard who, in pass protection, you just can't get through him. He's just too big and powerful. In the run game, he's able to turn you. He's a finisher. He's not the most athletic offensive lineman, which is maybe a little bit of a surprise there with San Francisco. I thought they might value a little bit more of that foot quickness, but what he can do is come off the ball and move you in the run game, and you're not going to be able to get through him in pass protection.
He absolutely mashes inside, and that's, I mean, when you look at him there, on one side is Laken Tomlinson. He'll compete with Justin School for that other guard position and give him better heft in the run game.
What a division this is. Best in football. I really think that. I know we can make an argument for many other ones, but when you add what the Cardinals, who are on the clock right now, have added in free agency with A.J. Green and J.J. Watt, just as an example, and we know that the Rams have gotten Matthew Stafford into the mix, and the Niners coming back healthy, and who knows what Lance is going to look like. And then, of course, Seattle, only 3 draft choices in this year's draft, holding on to Russell Wilson, even though that might never have been in doubt. It's just
That's right.
A night busy with a lot of trades. The 49ers have traded up to this spot, and they're ready to go.
Shout out to the 49ers organization for allowing me to be here. With the 88th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Trey Sermon, running back, Ohio State.
All right, and those of us who went to Northwestern still have nightmares about Trey Sermon's performance in the Big Ten championship game.
And no question about it, Greeny. When you look about what he did there, what he did against Clemson, those two games, he combined for 524 rushing yards, averaged 8.7 a carry with 3 touchdowns. Two things that stand out the most with Trey Sermon, think about Oklahoma, then Ohio State, is his running style. He's got the balance, he's got enough of a burst, he can hit the home run, but that stop-start ability is impressive. Lacks necessarily top speed, he's not a burner, but he produced some big runs. I'll tell you what, when he plays fast, I think he surprises defensive back with how fast he is with the pads on. Reliable option in the passing game as well. I look at this kid and I love the way he played. He played an intense brand of football this year. He brought it. He was attacking defender, stiff arm. I mean, he was getting a lot of yards after contact in the whole boat. He really picked it up this year for Ohio State.
He's got the one thing that you got to have in this offense, which is vision. Kyle Shanahan wants to run the football. It is a one-cut zone scheme on the outside. You must have vision. When you see hole, hit hole, and Trey Sermon can do that.
Well, you look at the offensive theme of their draft so far. They take the quarterback, they take the lineman, and now they take the running back as well. Comes from. So this compensatory pick 102 for the 49ers here. We'll see what direction they choose to go.
With the 102nd pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Ambry Thomas, defensive back, Michigan.
That's 4 straight defensive backs that we've had drafted here in the last 4 picks.
Look, Ambry Thomas is another one of those opt-outs now who is a guy who has a lot of physical tools. He's very slender, about 6 foot, 180 pounds. But you want to talk about a guy who can get on his horse and go. He has got some coverage skills that are special. And he's just a guy who needs to put it all together. Again, get up on the line of scrimmage. Play with offhand jam. You see it right there. He rides the guy out of bounds and then make the interception. That's textbook right there. He has the ability to do this, and he has the speed that carries deep vertical routes. And again, finish with the PBU, finish with the INT, and he's got return skills because he's got breakaway speed. You get him out in the open field, he's a guy who can take it the distance and take it to the house. Another good developmental pick for the San Francisco 49ers that need more playmaking defensive backs.
And so the Rams will be on the clock next. We will take a short break here and come back with the final picks of this 2021 draft. Ronnie Perkins was selected by the New.
Hey, everybody. It's John Lynch, General Manager of the San Francisco 49ers, and we're live at the SAP Performance Center. With me, I've got our College Scouting Director, Ethan Waugh, on behalf of all our college scouts. Ethan, hit the pick, buddy.
All right. With the 155th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Jalen Moore, offensive tackle, Western Michigan.
Go Niners.
I love it when scouts get to make the pick.
It's cool.
Doesn't always happen, by the way. More ways than one. Jalen Moore, to me, good value here, is a left tackle who I project inside to guard. So they've got a couple guys. They took Banks from Notre Dame, who's somebody that has some of that inside-outside flexibility. Jalen Moore, the same thing. Always under control, just a very smooth athlete, plays with a firm base. Again, Senior Bowl week helped him as well. This Senior Bowl, Peter, you made that point a little bit earlier on in the evening, but in a year where information is so hard to come by, I think that was comforting for teams. When you saw a guy perform well down there in Mobile, I think you're seeing that's why these guys are all coming off the board.